Okay. So my character is monosyllabic, but underneath is a cauldron of self-loathing. Okay.
Hey, Alex, I appreciate you taking the time to have this one-on-one with me. Uh, One of the things I wanted to talk about was your performance on the last few projects that we've worked on. I one of the things that I've observed is that there seems to be some inconsistency in your performance between projects. So, for example, on project A, you performed really well. Your code was high quality. It passed tests on the first time it was checked in. But on project B, there were a whole bunch more bugs that got identified during code review. It seemed as though there was a difference between those two projects, but I don't know what that difference is, and I really want to understand why there was such a different level of quality. Can you help me understand what was going on there?
I mean, just different projects, different results.
And from your perspective, is there anything that could be done differently to get a different outcome? Let's say on project B, where you didn't perform as well,
Hmm.
was there anything that we could have done differently or was there anything that you could have done differently to get a different outcome?
I don't think so.
Well, tell me this. On project A, like what was it that you think made you so successful?
I mean, I just do what I do. Like, it's hard. I can't really separate one from the other. What, I mean, you're my boss. Like, why are you? I just don't know what you're asking of me.
Well, what I'd love to have happen is that every single project goes the way that project A did. And what I don't know is what the difference is, because you're the same from project to project, and from my perspective the projects are similar, but the results are really different. And that's what I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know.
You strike me as a genuinely curious person, though. Like you're creative in the way that you code, and so I'm struggling to understand your reaction to this conversation. Can you tell me like what's going on for you?
Yeah, I honestly don't know why they're different. And like, that's upsetting. Like, I would like they all were great, but I don't know why one is better than the other. So it's upsetting to me that I don't know the answer to your question.
Well, here's the
I
thing. The
feel like I'm
reason
doing the same thing.
so that gives us something that we can work with, because I know that you are capable of doing great work. I can work with that because you have demonstrated your ability to do great work, and that's exactly why we're having this conversation, because you are capable of great work and we want to get you to doing great work on every single project. So is there something that I could do to help you figure out what the difference is? Like, how can I support you in thinking through the differences between these projects? What could I do
Yeah,
to help you figure it out?
that would be great because I feel like I give you something at the end, but I don't know all those steps. So if you could check in with me maybe at the beginning of a effective project so we could then compare it to one of the harder ones so that I could sort of see what you think is working well because it's just hard. I can't really assess myself. So I just feel like I'm kind of all alone doing this and that would be really helpful.
So I'm going to how about a concrete recommendation? Well, I'd like to try to do what we call a blameless retrospective for two projects. I want to take one of the really successful projects and one of the less successful projects, and I want to walk through it together with you. And I just want to try to, the best that we can remember, to try to catalog what were the things that contributed to the success of the successful project, what were the things that got in the way in the successful project, and do the same thing for the less successful projects. Because my guess is that there were some things that worked well in those less successful projects and some things that really
Yeah,
got in
because
the way
I
or
want to
hampered
I
you.
want to succeed. So that would be great.
Okay, great.